Minister of Communications the last time I checked. Let's listen to the Minister and see if we can actually make some progress in this conversation. Minister.
Okay.
This is a dictatorship, madam. He's a lawyer, but this is a dictatorship. Please let me express myself on behalf of the government, please.
Minister, please go ahead.
Please,
I cannot be a better dictator than you. You know that.
Okay, please, let me explain. Let me explain. Dear madam, the Prime Minister put in place an institutional framework tasked to examine all the problems.
Minister, when was this framework put in place? Are you talking about the Commission to look into the grievances of Anglophone speaking?
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
As far as the government
how's
is concerned, madam.
How's this Commission doing? Because what I asked you is, why are there French-speaking judges in English-speaking territories? Why would that happen?
But on behalf of integration,
it sounds chaotic
madam,
and disastrous.
No, not at all, not at all.
Oh.
I am sorry to deny, to gainsay what you said, madam.
No, I'm happy to be for the pushback, but if you send a French-speaking judge to an English-speaking territory, how does that work?
You have English-speaking people who are working in the Francophone zone. Can they deny this?
Yes, but Minister, if I just may interject. If everyone could just, for 1 second, I want to bring in the community here. Obviously, I know that everyone's feeling very heated. Anne-Marie, I saw you wanted to get in there as well. But Minister, to Femi's kind of point, the one that she's raising, many people from Cameroon, such as Kwachu here, saying, I am a student of the University of Bamenda, and can you imagine they keep deploying professors who can't speak English? You know, the question is, why is this continuing? Anne-Marie, did you want to jump in?
Before jumping in and answering that, can I ask a question to the Minister, please?
Yes.
Because he said something and I want him to clarify, please.
Go ahead.
So, Mr. Minister, you said that whatever problem we have, there is always a way to solve them, right? So I wish to ask if, since the first reaction of the government response, it was a way to solve the problem.
I didn't understand your question, madam. Madam, can you repeat it?
Yeah, yes. You said whatever problem we have, there is always a way to solve them.
No.
So,
I said that the government is open. No problem is taboo. When your claim is grounded, is founded, the Prime Minister has put in place
Minister, let me just push forward a little bit. Yes, allow me to push forward a little bit because we're going round and round in circles. Anne-Marie, hold tight for a moment.
No, I'm sorry. Let me come in there. The Prime Minister
and Harmony
has not
and all of the guests,
commission
just
to look
hold
into the
tight
problems
for a
of lawyers.
moment because I want to push
Minister
forward.
is
Harmony,
setting up, okay.
Harmony, hold for a moment because what we don't have right now is clarity, and we do have the Minister of Communications, which is great. Minister, you talked about this commission. What is the government doing to help resolve some of these issues of the Anglophone territories in Cameroon? Give me some concrete progress that's being made.
Concrete progress consists of telling you, madam, no problem is taboo.
So nothing then? Nothing actual? So is that a mindset as opposed to action?
There is a commission in place in charge of examining those questions, madam.
All right. So we're still at the questioning stage, but not at the action stage, Minister.
The action is there, madam.
What's the action?
The head of state instructed the government to recruit 1,000 bilingual people to serve our nation. This is a concrete solution. 2 billion, the head of state instructed the government to put at the disposal of teachers, of private sector, 2 billion to help them address and solve all the problems that they were confronted with. Why don't you let me
say something?
So, guests, hold tight for a moment because I'm going to hear one voice at a time. Anne-Marie, hold tight for a moment. Harmony, go ahead.
Can I say something about what the minister is referring to?
I want to ask the minister a question. The commission that he is talking about, does this have the mandate to deal with the lawyers' problems? Does this accommodate the discussion of the federation issue? I am saying no. Because
Harmony, you can't answer your own question. Allow the minister to answer the question. Harmony,
you cannot raise a question and answer.
This is anything but harmony right now.
Yeah.
Harmony, hold tight for a minute. Minister, answer Harmony's question. Harmony, listen to the answer.
Yes.
Please, madam, I said that no question is taboo.
You keep repeating that.
You raise an issue of federalism.
Right.
We say that federalism, this question is not taboo, but when you want to raise this question, you have to come with our constitution and all the laws of the nation.
Goodness me.
If our constitution authorizes you to raise this issue, then the issue is receivable. The government will lend
There is a constitutional council
at this time.
Yes. Harmony, hold tight. And Minister, hold tight for a moment. Harmony, just give me a moment. Eugene, please, go ahead.
Okay.
Eugene.
Yes, I wanted to say a couple of things based on what the minister has just said. The first thing is the recruitment of 1,000 bilingual teachers. This falls very short of the demands of the teachers. Nobody asked the government to recruit 1,000 bilingual teachers. The 2 billion francs CFA that he refers to is subvention to private schools in the entire country. This has nothing to do with the problems that the teachers that are currently on strike asked. Now, the minister said there are two regions in Cameroon that speak mostly English, and this is the kind of language that is getting Cameroonians angry, because in Cameroon the notion of Anglophone is not a notion of language. It's a territory, it's a history, it's a culture, which therefore means that his children who speak English in our conceptualization are not Anglophones. The government has a policy that is called national...
Minister, if I could stop you right there, Eugene, in the spirit...
When the government decides to distribute resources in terms of
Eugene, if I just may stop you there right there, because I just want to squeeze in one more question. It's speaking directly to your point. In fact, Eugene, I don't know if you can hear me, Eugene.
And the government has been deceptive, not only to Anglophone Cameroonians, but even to Francophone Cameroonians, in
Eugene can hear you now. Okay, I'm going to take it away.
Well, quick thing, coming in. Minister, you repeatedly say that there's no question that's taboo. Many questions have been raised. We haven't had many answers today. One question that's coming in is this one. The irresponsibility of the government is what he is saying is behind the recent strikes. He says the government needs to acknowledge the fact that there are 2 separate people that came to form one. Minister, do you acknowledge that perspective?
We are one and single nation.
I understand.
According to our constitution, we are one and single nation. When there is a problem or when there are problems, round the table, it is always possible to address and solve all the problems.
But Minister, what I'm asking is not whether the constitution... Forgive me for interrupting you.
I am sorry.
That led to
whenever I want to express myself,
configuration that we have today.
Okay, carry on, Minister. Carry on.
This is completely wrong. This is completely wrong.
Because, with respect, Minister, it's because the question I asked you is if we're talking about the history of 2 people coming to one. I understand that that's the purpose of the Constitution in your perspective, but it seems like a big part of the problem is that the people who are raising these concerns don't view it the same way you do, or the government does.
Because they are not in good faith. We have 10 regions. Each region has its own specificity. They cannot deny this. If you put aside the language problem, then in my own area where I am native of, in my own area, we have our own culture, our own tradition, our own religion, and it is completely different with the rest of the nation.
Yes,
On behalf of our willingness to live together, then we accept each other. And
let me just bring in the voice of an opposition parliamentarian. This is Weber Joseph. He's a Cameroonian, and he was talking in Cameroon just a couple of days ago, and this is how he characterized the conversation that we're having, but in a very eloquent way. Have a listen to how he sees this issue.
The people of West Cameroon have a duty to resist your oppression. I call it oppression because of what I've seen in the field. That is the reason in this master plan to finish our culture and our people. You have chosen that every single administrator or every commander of the army is from East Cameroon. That is why they sit there and they can kill the people without remorse. This has to end.
Anne-Marie, you're a Francophone Cameroonian. When you heard that, what was your initial reaction? Do you see Cameroon in that way, in the way that certain territories and certain culture is being erased or neglected? As a Francophone?
Yes, I see it that way. Yes, I see it that way. And Anglophones have every right to fight for their excuse me, I'm so mad right now. For their part of the country to remain just the way they want it to be.
Why are you mad?
Because I'm sorry, but what the minister is saying is not true. Because I asked him one question based on what he said, and he said that he never said that. But what he said is crucial to the matter.
Let me ask you one thing, because this stood out for me, is that...
Can you remind me, madam, what did I say?
Can
you remind me?
We will do that in the post-show, because this is a conversation that is by no means ended, and we will carry it on. Anne-Marie, if you could describe in a sentence how many people in Cameroon view Anglophone Cameroonians, what would that sentence be?
One, you say. One sentence, right?
Yeah.
In French-speaking part of the country, when someone tells you are a Bamenda, it means that you're stupid.
This is a big conversation. It's more than language. It's about culture. It's about history. It's about the Constitution. And it's ended right now for where we are. But Ahmed and I will be online at stream.algezera.com, where we will continue our post show talking about Cameroon there. Hopefully, see you soon. Take care, everybody. Hello again. We're talking about language discrimination in Cameroon and also more than that between the protests that have sprung up in two territories in Cameroon and how that fits into society right now and what the government is doing about it. So many questions for you, Minister. I think we should do a quick fire round with you and see if you can answer as many as possible. Ahmed, do you want to start?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, Minister, want to hear from you and they want to hear these things clarified, specifically when it comes to the realities on the ground, what life is like, not in the political realm. Ian sent us this video about that. Let's listen into what Ian had to say.
You cannot deny the fact that English-speaking regions in Cameroon have been underdeveloped for too long. You cannot deny the fact that the common law system and Anglo-Saxon educations have been hijacked. The government needs to accept these and look at the demands of the South